What up, guys? I wanted to do a quick video update on sports cards and why they're going up. I want to give a visual presentation. I did give a verbal presentation, but I think sometimes people may have an easier time understanding if I show them some articles, if I show them, some basic graphs. Why sports cards are going up. Just a simple concept. And the title is Thank You Federal Reserve. Sports card trading and prices are exploding. Let's just read a little bit from here. eBay has just put out a first ever State of Trading Cards report. According to the report, more than 4 million more sports and non-sport trading cards were sold in 2020. This was a 142% surge in domestic sales. Never have I seen trading cards show such a steep increase in popularity and value. Gross sales in basketball cards have exploded in the past year, increasing by more than 300%. In the past couple of weeks, there have been cards selling for more than $500,000 in the collectible game and sports card industry on the marketplace, sports business analyst Darren Rovell commented. What is going on? You have people sitting at home with nowhere else to spend their money. It is what I'm calling the EPJ Daily Alert, a rush to assets as a result of the trillions of dollars the Federal Reserve has pumped into the system. And he has a small graph over here, and I'm going to go to the actual money printing that you could see on the Fred Economic Research, which is the Federal Reserve Bank of St. Louis, which has the data. So I'll show you the data from 2009 to 2016. And this is just M1 money stock. You're like, what the hell does this have to do with sports cards? Just hold on a second with that. This is a money supply increase. And you see gradually how the money supply, some people call, the increase in money supply inflation. And you've seen, asset prices rise, from 2009 onwards in the stock market. You've seen fine art go up, and you saw commercial real estate, you saw real estate go up, and even sports cards went up, but they gradually went up. And, fast forward to the last few years, you still see that steady increase 2015, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. This was, pre COVID, right? And this was the time around, March 16th, like March 23rd. This was the time where the NBA decided to shut everything down. While they shut everything down, while the stock market was going down, guess what happened to the money supply? It just went up like crazy. And you saw from, March of last year, the games weren't on. People couldn't gamble. People couldn't go to the bars. People couldn't spend their money. They were at home. They got bored. And so what did people do? Ordinary guys who got their stimulus check, they were just blowing it on sports cards. I was blowing on sports cards. I didn't go out that much. I didn't go on vacation. I didn't really see my brother who lives out, in the other part of the country in Houston. So, it's just simple. I mean, just look at once again. You see how it's a gradual increase in money supply, inflation, whatever you want to call it. And then, fast forward to last year up to now. This is why sports cards are going like crazy. The money supply, M1, went from like 4 trillion to about 6 trillion, 6.8 trillion, as of last or a few weeks ago. So it's not that hard trying to interpret why everything's gone up. And now you have institutions getting involved in this space. That's why you're seeing like some of these cards like Serena Williams, you know, cards, you could have spent $400 a few months ago on an uncut card of hers, SI for kids. And if you went back to the summer of last year, you could have spent maybe $100 if I remember correctly. I thought it was too expensive. That was cheap. I should have bought more at the time. I just bought a cheap card instead. But just look at this. This is insanity. They just printed money like crazy, the Fed. Stock market's on fire. Bitcoin's on fire. Sports cards are on fire. Collectibles are on fire. And, Biden and company haven't passed their latest stimulus plan yet. What happens when they inject more monopoly money? Man, the sports card market could go crazier as it is right now. I think you're going to see shifts to non-sports cards like movies cards. You could see Disney cards, but ultimately, if the player performs well, look out, man. This year could be even crazier than last. And there's all this talk, even me saying there's going to be a crash. What should I look for? Look at the money supply, the M1. If you see, a huge contraction in it, everything's going to crash down. Stocks. You're going to see sports cards. You're going to see collectibles. You're going to see Bitcoin. Even, commodities are going to go down temporarily. And, it's going to be a fun ride. But if you just want to understand the basic concept, you got to look at M1. You got to look at M2 money supply. No one really is talking about this. You see in the comment sections here and there, but this is just, basic economics. And hopefully you guys can see what I've been seeing lately. And yeah, I mean, the fun times will continue in the next few years, but we got to be prepared for what's coming in 2 to 3 years, though. Anyways, guys, let me know what you think. I'll talk to you later. All right, guys.